But I really didn't know, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to a point where I actually found, oh y'all, I found out, so oh my god. Anyway, I found out so much, child. So freaking much. Oh my god, this day. Oh my god. Like, oh, I wasn't green no more, y'all. Oh my god. Anyway, so one day or whatever, we were texting in the morning time, y'all. We were texting in the morning time or whatever, and I was texting him about coming to see him, or either coming to walk over to see him, because again, he still didn't have a car, but he would, you know, he had transportation to his homies and stuff like that. But you know, I was walking over to still, you know, sit on his step or so. We still didn't go to the park or anything else like that. Together we would, like I said, it would either be his step or my step. That's it, that's out. Like that's how we would, you know, be or whatever. So this day or whatever, like, he was texting me in the morning, but then all of a sudden he go ghost, he go silent, and I'm like, you know, like, I'm trying to do my investigation, y'all. So I don't know if this was a school, was this a school day? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because after school, I got so upset or whatever, because he wasn't, you know, hitting me back or texting me back. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm finna walk up. Like, look, I ain't doing no pull-up, but I sure would do a walk up. What about it? Like, I'm sure I'll walk up on it quick. Like, you know, what you doing? Like, so that's what I was planning in my head when I got out of school or whatever. Like, I'm finna go see what's it about. Like, what's giving? You know what I mean? Like, what you doing? Like, why you ain't texting me back? And it's not like, you know, I'm like, well, what did I say? Then, you know, like, y'all, I was second guessing myself, like something happened between a message and stuff like that. And ain't nothing happened. I don't know why I was, you know, trying to figure out that I do something wrong for him to stop text me back. But like I said, just young or whatever. So after getting out of school or whatever, and stuff like that, you know, I go in the house, I put my stuff down, and I start walking over to where his apartment is. Like I said, it was in the back. So I end up, you know, them little green boxes or whatever, y'all, you know, where you would, you know, you would sit as a child and stuff like that. Like, I, you know, run into, his homeboy or whatever, and when I was running to his homeboy, he was like, what's up, like, where you going, I was like, I'm gonna go see where Mitch Mack is. Like, he ain't text me back or nothing. I'm like, you seen him? And he was like, oh, you didn't hear? Like, technically just got locked up, but he should be or whatever, getting ready they're supposed to go ahead and go get him. Like, you didn't know that? And I'm like, no. I said, locked up? From what? Y'all, oh my god. So his homeboy was looking at, like, y'all, oh my god, when I say I was just so green, his homeboy looked at me like, why you acting so, you know, like, it was such a big deal. Y'all, it was for me, like, or whatever. And he was like, yeah, you got oh my god, like, yeah, he got locked up or whatever. He got locked up or whatever. He was like, but nah, they finna go get him. And I'm like, well, okay, well, you know, y'all, I didn't ask no questions on who was going. Oh my god, y'all. Anyway, y'all gonna see. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, so he not home right now? He was like, nah, he not home right this second. He's like, it's gonna take a long time for him to get processed and booked out, but I know they already getting ready to go bond him out or whatever. And I'm like, oh my god. I was like, okay, well, if you see him before I do or whatever, or you talk to him before I do, just like let him know that I asked about him and stuff like that, and I'm gonna come back over. So I turn around to walk back to my house. But y'all remember my friend Yasmin. If you do not know who Yasmin is or whatever, go back to my other story times. But since I was already halfway to where her apartment was, between like it, I'm like, I'm gonna just go see what Yasmin's doing. Y'all, that's why oh my god, the way that things happen in my life, sometimes I just know it's meant for me to know. It's meant for me to find out stuff. So y'all, in the midst of me walking or whatever to go see what Yasmin is doing and stuff like that, it was like in front of his building, like Yasmin building wasn't past his, but let's just say this is Yasmin's building and this is his building out on the corner, you know what I mean? And I could still see, but like I said, walking this way and still, you know, looking around, just walking around, looking around. Y'all, so I look and I see someone bent over into a window of a car, and it looked like Midget Mack or whatever. But I can see that his stature weight, like I said, his cuz was short. Like, you can't miss him. Like, he was short. But he's leaning inside of a car or whatever, and I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm looking like before I like call his name or whatever, or say like, yo, Midget Mack, I'm trying to see like what is it that he's doing in the driver, you know, in the driver's seat, leaned over or whatever. So I decide to call his phone. So it's like it was confirmation that it was him, because his head came out or whatever from the driver's side of the car or whatever, and it's like he, like, you know, was waving at the person goodbye or whatever, and he was answering my phone call all at the same time. So boom, he picks up the phone or whatever, y'all. Oh my God, he picks up the phone, and I was like, I've been texting you all morning. I said his homeboy name, such and such told me you got locked up. Like, what's going on? Like, are you okay? And stuff like that. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna come. Y'all. Oh, yes, he lied first. Oh my God, y'all. Wait, he lied. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna let you know when I get back home or whatever. Like, I'll give you the rundown when I get back home. And I'm like, mind y'all, I'm walking towards Yasmin's house, but like I said, he don't know I see him. I see him. Y'all, oh my God, I see, y'all, okay, let me calm down. I see him, y'all. So I'm like, what you mean? And like I said, green, don't know how I should, oh my God, like, so he was like, yeah, I'll let you know everything that happened, baby, when you know, when I see you when I get home and all that other stuff. Now, and here I go, instead of trying to play it off and see like what's really like what's he on, like, nigga, I see you. Why you saying you finna see me when you get home, and I see you that you at home, right? I was like, I said, I'm outside and I see you right now. Mind y'all, the car that he you know, waved to, and you know, he's walking up his steps to his house or whatever, they're reversing. Like, this I know it sounds drawn out, but it's not. The car is reversing. I can't see who's in the car. I can't see who's in the car. So the car reverses, and in the midst of the car reversing or whatever, he's walking up his apartment stairs, whatever. So when I tell him like, what, I'm like, well, I see you right now. I said, I'm finna go to Yasmin's house, and I said, I'm looking at you right now. So he stops. Y'all, oh my God, you would have thought that I said I was the feds and I'm finna come do a raid on cuz. He stops and he turns and he's looking left and right, which causes, like I said, the car that's reversing, they stop. And I don't know if he, like, I guess, like, they, like, probably asked him, like, what's wrong? Like, you forget something or something? You know, I'm just speculating. I don't know, because I can't see who it is, or I can't hear. So he was like, where you at? Like, where are you? Like, he panicking, or like, where you are? Like, what you mean? Like, you can see me, like, what? So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna walk over to Yasmin. I can see you or whatever. So like I said, the car had reversed, but it stopped. Like, trying to figure out why is he looking confused on the phone. So he was like, hold on, I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna tell you when to meet me or whatever. And he hang up. So like I said, the car had stopped, and like he bent down. You know how you walk up kind of too far up the stairs. So he like bent down, and he was saying something to the person in the car, and then he did one of these like you know, like, y'all, it's going to matter. It's going to freaking matter. Oh my God, it's gonna freaking matter. So he did like one of these to the driver, and the driver drives off in the car. The driver drives off in the car, and I see him do that, and I'm like, that's not a homie. Like, you not blowing no kiss at no homie. But I didn't, y'all, like I said, I didn't. Let me just tell the story. Like, let me just tell the story, okay? So, you know, I seen him blow a kiss or whatever, and I'm like, what are you, like, what's that about? Or whatever. But he never calls me back. He goes up the stairs. Like, he saw me or whatever, but he didn't call me back. It's like, oh, let me call you right back. Like, he goes up into the house. He doesn't walk over to me and stuff like that. So I go ahead and go over to Yasmin's house, because it's like, okay, well, I was coming over here anyway. Like, it's not no big deal. He said he gonna call me back or whatever. Boom. So like I said, I was already in the motion of going to Yasmin's house. So I was like, okay, cool, like whatever. So, you know, I get over to Yasmin's house, I knock on her door, and she's like, hey, you know, and she, you know, Yasmin or whatever, like she was with me, you know, with Midget Mack, was just all on my bumper and stuff like that or whatever. And you know, as like I told y'all before, Yasmin was a real one. Like I said, you gotta go back and watch my other story times, because me and Yasmin wasn't always cool like that, but she ended up like the one that I thought was my friend, one of my friends. But anyway, this ain't about that. You go back and you watch that so you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I'm talking Yasmin or whatever. She was like, even she knew, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't know until I was walking outside. She was like, yeah, they was like at the store, like him and this, oh my God, like y'all, I should have put two and two together, and it was like, yeah, him and some other people had got stopped or whatever, and when they pulled everybody out the car, he had weed on him and stuff like that. You know, he had that grass on or whatever. He had grass on or whatever and stuff like that. So they end up having to take him and another boy and another girl. Now, for some reason, I'm not equating like, oh, you know, I'm not thinking in depth like, oh, he was with a boy, a girl, and some other people. Like, she just told me about the three. She didn't tell me, and I didn't even pry. Like, who else was in the car, y'all? When I say just green, I was like, oh, for real? She was like, yeah, but it wasn't that much and stuff like that. Like, she was like, I thought you probably would have already knew and stuff like that. I thought like maybe like I said, he had younger siblings. I thought probably someone was gonna text you or call you and stuff like that. I was like, no. And I was like, well, I just seen him or whatever. Like, he's already out or whatever. She was like, oh, okay. She was like, yeah, because it happened like early, like real early in the morning or whatever. And mind y'all, he was texting me like, oh my God, y'all, when I say how things happen, oh my God, when just listen. So she was like, yeah, she was like, oh yeah, it happened real early in the morning and stuff like that. So yeah, and it do take a long time or whatever to process people out of jail and stuff. Like, I didn't know anything about that at that time and stuff, but as y'all hear my life stories, I'm gonna know a lot about it. I'm gonna be heavily indulged in it. Like, anyway, so I'm just talking to her. I'm like, and like I said, I was telling her like, yeah, I just seen him or whatever. Like, he got out the car or whatever with somebody. I was like, I couldn't even see or whatever, and like he kind of like blew whoever it was like a kiss goodbye or something. And she was like, a kiss goodbye? Like, you know, Yasmin, she was asking the questions that I should have been asking my goddamn self. Like, she was like, why would he like blow a kiss? She was like, so when you asked him who did he just blow a kiss to or whatever, like what did he say? I was like, I didn't ask him. She was like, why not? Yasmin was a real one, I'm telling y'all. Yasmin was she was like, why not? Like, that's crazy. I was like, well, he told me he was gonna call me back. Like, he got off the phone too fast and stuff like that. Like, so you know, I didn't have the opportunity to even ask him too much about it or whatever. I said, but I'm gonna ask him or whatever. She was like, yeah, cause that's weird. Like, who is you? She was like, ain't nobody blowing no homeboy no kiss or nothing like that or anything like that. And then she was like, well, it could have been a granny or a mama, cause you know we were young. So she was like, because you do have to have someone that's you know, 18 or older to sign for your bond and stuff like that. So she was like, it probably was like probably an auntie. She was like, but just ask to make sure or whatever, you know, like that. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So the you know, I'm talking to Yasmin and stuff like that, and I'm kicking it or whatever with her, y'all. When I say too much happening that day or whatever, too much happening that day. So me and Yasmin get to walk around or whatever. So I get a text from Midget Mack, like he asked me where I am or whatever. I was like, well, I'm at the court right now. He was like, yeah, oh my God. He was like, oh, well, I'm getting ready to walk over to your house. He was like, sit on the step and wait for me, which was awkward because it's like, why I gotta sit and wait for you? Like, why you just can't tell me when you get there or whatever? And why, you know what I mean? It was just awkward. But here go my stupid self, y'all. Just went to go do it anyway, y'all. Went to go do it anyway. So I went and I was still with Yasmin or whatever. Like, okay, well, I'm finna go meet up with Midget Mack or whatever and stuff like that. And you know, Yasmin, like I said, y'all, she was a real one. She was like, yeah, and don't forget to ask him about that kiss, because that's still that don't make sense. I don't get like what he was kissing at, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, I'm an ex, so I get to walk in to my step, y'all. But for some reason, I don't know what took me a different route. Oh, y'all, I cannot remember. But I did not walk the straight normal route to my house, and I wasn't walking with Yasmin. I cannot for the life of me remember why I walked the way that I walked. But oh my God, thank God that I did. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm walking a different way to my house though. To my house. Like, it was kind of like the way that I described that CJ ran up on me in chocolate. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch that story time. I came out that way instead of the other way that I can come. I came the way that CJ ended up popping up on me in chocolate during that story time. I ended up coming that way. But with coming that way, I can see. Oh, y'all. I can see Midget Mack in the front. I can see him in the front. And he's outside of a car. And it's a girl that's holding a baby. And it's him. And the way that she is moving, like her neck and the way that she is moving her body around, it's an argument. Y'all. So you know what I did, right? You guessed it. No hate.